Well, hello everyone. It is Friday, the 24th of February, 2023. I am Dale Delbert, Benchmark Realty, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and this is your status chat. And we're not going to have a first segment. We're going to get straight on into the second. If you like this content, please go to calldeltosell.com, find the tab that says on YouTube, click it, and it'll open up a page of QR codes. There you can use a smartphone to scan and get to the YouTube page, or you can just mouse over and click it on a PC. There you'll be able to subscribe to this little button over here and click the notification bell so that YouTube will notify you when each Friday's blog has been uploaded. Thank you. All right, well, I hope that wasn't too painful. We have to do that every week anyway. We have two little breaks, one in between the second and first and, of course, the second and third segments. But here we go with today's middle segment. If we'll look at this, we have the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development had an announcement just the other day. Wednesday, as a matter of fact, February 2022, and we saved it for today. And of course, they have to say the Biden-Harris administration to save the FHA homebuyers $800 annually on mortgage payments through. And we go through here, and this is an announcement. It breaks it down. It depends on where you are and what the credit score is. And we'll go down in that and look at that in just a cotton-picking minute. But we have, of course, this response from the 30 basis points reduction, and of course it talks about it as it runs on down, and it's gonna help everybody out. And here's what we're going to do, and this is what I find more beneficial. All right, base loan amount. Okay, mortgage term less than 15 years, mortgage term more than 15. So here we are, our 30s and our 15s, right? And here I would assume that this is the term of the mortgage, not how much you have left on it, but it talks about new mortgage insurance payments, basis points, and the previous. So we went from 80 to 50, 80 to 50, 85 to 55. You get the idea, right? Now here we have a better example. Now that I got this pulled up, here it's clearly saying the mortgage term less than or equal to 15 years. And this is what we have less than that. And it says if you're at the mortgage term, that's a new one. I would assume the previous was 70 basis points for your mortgage insurance. Now goes to 40. And if we have this right here, if we're into our loan at 11 years remaining, we would have naturally have reduced to 45. Now it's down to 15. And these are, of course, assuming that your loan to values are in this range for less than 726 or $750,000 loan amount. So there we go. The next thing I want to point out to you, just to knock this show out early today, because I was waiting for Friday's numbers, is here we have our other site we go to, Mortgage News Daily, and I want to slide this up. This is today's 30-year fixed rates. Now this is the average between here we got the three. We have the Freddie Mac and the MBA, Mortgage Bankers Association, and Mortgage News Daily. And the bottom two are, of course, weekly surveys versus daily surveys. That's why there's such a straight line when we get down to right here. You see, there we go, straight line. Now, I assume that you remember, because you've watched me before, when we were down around here, I told you that, yeah, economic news is not quite that we wouldn't be thinking about maybe coming out of the low interest rates. Remember when we started trending down, everybody said, oh, goody, let's wait and see what shows up from this. And I told you that it was economic issues that were causing this demand destruction here and here, and we really took it on the chin down at this point. But as we head into the spring, I think they're going to try to ease back on up, and we're not quite at 7%, but we're headed that direction. So I really would have hoped that some of you would have gotten with your lender, preferably bond mortgage. I've got you some people to talk to, and we could maybe see what we could do while you were in this valley. Okay, because it looks like we're going back up again. And of course, inflation, we redefined it. We've talked about that ad nauseum. And of course, we're still looking from the Fed's signals and the Fed's minutes that it looks like he's going to continue raising rates. So I think it's one of the reasons why this is sloping upwards. So let's get back to the last segment. Hello, I'm Dale Delbridge of Benchmark Realty, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you are currently unrepresented and would like to know how to compare up to 3 properties side by side and room by room, then go over to my new YouTube channel, Call Dale to Sell. That's 1 L and Dale, no spaces. Watch the demo on Real Scout and then call me and we'll set up your exclusive ad-free account today. All right, we have the numbers from the week of the 17th to 17/23. We had 16,102 opportunities in a Real Scout system, and that was dipping down over the previous period as it has for the previous one before that. And we had 3831 under contracts still showing. That increased just a tad as it had over the previous period as well. And the ratio increased by 1 percentage point at the integer level to 24%. That's the ratio between just those two numbers. How many are available versus how many there are sold, but we're still holding on to them. It's just a ratio number. It means not a whole lot. Now this week we had 24, 2, 24, 23, 15,903, which continued the dip in availability. And we had 3951, which was an increase in the holding ons or the under contracts still showing. That went up just a little bit. And the integer ratio between those two numbers stepped up yet again to 25%. So there's a ratio there as 1/4 of the number of contracts are being held on to, even though they're technically spoken for, versus what is available, which also includes the coming soon. And you know, we're February, we're headed right into March. So, and we saw, I just showed you the trend in the mortgage rates going up. Give me a call, email me, text me, do something, and we'll get you started. We'll get you set up. I can set you up in Real Scout so that you can start seeing what the market looks like in your neighborhood, and we'll talk.